The campaigning has really kind of stepped up a notch since May. Tell me, how has campaigning been?
Campaigning's been great. I've been out in the community. I've met so many voters, so many people in the city of Dayton who are really optimistic and they want change. It seems like over the last 8 months, I've been to every single community event that I can possibly go to. But it's been great getting to hear stories, hearing the hopes and dreams of our residents and our voters, and it's really shaped my platform.
I'm sure these events maybe weren't typical for you to always go to, but like you said, you've been in the community a lot. So what have you learned through this are some of the more important issues for voters that maybe you weren't even aware of?
Yeah, absolutely. I think so many residents have shared with us stories about the way Dayton used to be and how they wish we could get back to some of the great things we were doing. The things that I've heard most often in the community have been improving our housing conditions, improving affordability, increasing the home ownership rate in the city of Dayton, doing some neighborhood investment, finding ways to invest in neighborhoods that have long been forgotten. And then people want change. They want to see us reimagine public safety. They want to see us support small businesses to make sure that we don't have shops closing on a regular basis, and just finding the resources, the services, and the amenities that we need for our young people to ensure that they want to stay in Dayton as well.
There's been money that's gone to DPD for technology, and a new police station is coming, short-term and long-term downtown. And so what are some of the other things that you see when it comes to safety? And speaking of young people in particular, that maybe need to change or be reimagined?
Yeah, a few things. So we have a growing homeless population. We have mental health issues here in the city of Dayton. And what I've proposed and would like to see us move to is a community resource model where we have licensed and trained professionals handling non-emergency calls, which will free up Dayton police to do some of the valuable work that they need to do on the ground. In addition to that, there are a number of other initiatives that we have to do. We've got to tackle the root causes of violence in our community. That starts by making sure that we have affordable housing so people have affordable, safe places to live. We've got to make sure that young people in our community get the annual investment that they so desperately need and deserve. In addition to that, I think that far too many neighborhoods have been forgotten, and we need to drive investment into those areas so that kids in particular, when they go to school, they're not walking by blighted properties. They're walking by a property and community that they can be proud of, that they want to stay in, that they want to remain in for the long term, because ultimately we're going to be judged by how many people we keep here in the city of Dayton and how the economic conditions turn.
Have you had the experience to kind of go to some areas that maybe you were like, wow, I haven't even driven through here in a while, or I haven't even really seen this in a while? And did that change your, enhance your perspective or change your perspective at all?
Yeah, so I'm running with Shanice Turner-Sauce, who's running for mayor, and Daryl Fairchild. And one of the great things about our campaign is we involved the community in our campaign. We did 60 house parties and community conversations all across Dayton. We nearly got to all 65 neighborhoods during that. And I live in Northwest Dayton, so I see the trash, I see the blighted properties in the city of Dayton. And it's really driven my platform and the reason why I'm running, to make sure that we're doing some of those foundational things that we need to do, making sure that we have new programs like the new nuisance abatement program that I've proposed, where we put nuisance properties back into productive use, continuing the demolition work that's been done, improving our access to affordable housing through a new dollar lots program. All of these are things that we've heard from the community that they want, that they desire for their neighborhoods, and I'm looking forward to doing that work.
There's a lot going on at the federal level, and then even the state level. Do you feel like they're wanting to be engaged or more engaged in local government, or are they exhausted? Are they just exhausted with everything going on?
No, that's a great question. Local government now is more important than ever. I firmly believe that, and the people of Dayton have told us that as well, and they want to be engaged, they want to be involved, but for far too long we've been in a race to know. We've put up barriers in the community's ways to participation, My campaign's different. I've proposed to include the community in my decision making, to push for things like participatory budgeting, where the community has a say in some of the priorities that we need here in the city of Dayton. This is an opportunity for change in this election.
We know that there's things also that trickle down from federal decisions. The big one this week or recently is SNAP benefits.
Yes.
Is that something that, you know, local governments have to deal with what happens on those levels? So is that something that you feel like you're prepared to do and make sure that Daytonians stay as okay as possible through some of these changes that are out of the local control?
Sure. So I'm an attorney. I would be the first attorney on the commission in over 2 decades. It's been 24 years. And one of the great things about my profession is I get to problem solve on a daily basis. I get to deal with difficult issues. I get to mediate, negotiate tough resolutions on a daily basis. I believe that I bring a unique skill set and experience to this position to push forward for new policies and offer local protections here to ensure that what is happening at the federal level and the state level is minimized by what we're doing here at the local level.
Is there anything that you'd like to say just to voters on a last note?
I would encourage voters to not sit this one out. This is too important of an election. Here, what we're really talking about is change here in the city of Dayton, shifting our policies and our programs that are not only going to have an effect this year and next year, but will really affect the city of Dayton over the next 10 years and 20 years. My campaign is about dreaming big, making sure that we do offer new ideas, new programs, and new policies, so I encourage everyone to go and vote on Election Day.